Hello， 大家好，咁我又嚟到另外一個場景啦。咁今日咧我就去揾咗咧 Stuart 同埋咧Vicky， 咁佢哋咧都係我哋其中一個合作嘅 letting agent 嚟嘅。咁我就都係啦，好想訪問下佢哋啦，關於唔同嘅 topic 嘅。So hello Stuart and Vicky, welcome to my channel. Okay,
Thanks,
and it's really great to see you in person, and I think it's a great chance for you to share about your the perspective and the view on the whole business and how do you feel about that? So the first question I'm going to ask, like Vicky, you are the manager of the letting side. So what do you think about the challenging side of when you are working with the Hong Kong landlord?
The English barrier has obviously been a large challenge for us. We are working with people that are new to private let and also new to the Scottish market. So all of they need a lot of information from us, lots of detail. Us giving that detail back to them and they've been comfortable with us has been a challenge, but we have worked very hard on that and hope that everyone is happy working with us.
Yeah. So I think it is kind of the cultural difference. It happens to all the other agents as well. So how would you normally deal with this situation if it happens?
So I've always made myself the key contact for the Hong Kong landlords. It means that they're not calling or emailing the office and getting different people. So it's always been myself. I think that helps to have one key contact that you're communicating with. I've just tried to provide as much information and as much detail as I possibly can in my responses by email. Sometimes we need a little bit longer time to respond than the Hong Kong landlord may be comfortable with, but I'm sure that once we have finally got all of that information back to them, they have settled down. We also think that in the first property it is always going to be quite nervous, cautious.
The first one, yes.
The first one's always the most difficult one, whether it goes well or not. You've never done it before. But after that, things do seem to settle down. Or even after the tenant has been in 3 to 6 months, we tend to find that the customer is much more comfortable and happy.
Okay, that's good. So, and it really depends on the mentality of the landlord as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why we have such video to let them understand more about your work. So and also, what about if you think that the working with the landlord in Hong Kong, would it be an easy how can I just would it be a big difference about a Hong Kong landlord with the other countries, like the Singaporean, the local UK local people?
To be honest, I would probably say no, that all landlords
the same fear
have the same fears at the very start. We actually find that foreign landlords or landlords that live out with the UK tend to be easier to work with than landlords in the UK.
Really?
I do find that anyway.
In what way?
I find the UK based landlords or landlords that are more local to the properties are much more demanding of your time and
because of the time zone?
I think probably because we are in the same time zone, they maybe think that they should get a response within about 5 minutes rather than the time that we need. I don't know the exact reason for it, but yes, I tend to prefer working with overseas landlords than Scottish landlords. But everyone will have their challenges at the start, and I think it takes a few months to get used to the processes, our systems, our software, and once you are used to all of those, it's much more easier for everyone.
Okay. 係咯，咁如果係個物業交咗去 第二人嘅時候一個 letting agents 嘅話，咁都會係擔心嘅，咁都係一樣啦，係建立嗰個信任啦。咁希望大家可以知道佢哋多啲即係佢做嘢嘅方式啊，咁你就可以喺當中去建立到信任啦。So thank you, Vicky, for your sharing. So I'm going to ask Stuart. I'm sure Stuart is the director of this company, and he has a lot of information and experience about the Scottish market as well. And I'm going to ask you, so what do you think about the Scottish market, property market recently?
The rental market at the moment, there just isn't enough properties on the market. Nah, I was saying before to you that when Vicky now puts on a property on Rightmove, we now have to put at the top of the advert, please email, do not call the office, because we're oversubscribed. Every property is oversubscribed, which is good. But it means, I suppose for the lettings team, when we get the emails in, we've got all the information we need. Rightmove pulls all their details, phone number, email, etc. So it's all collated as well in the one place. So that's good. The other thing we spoke about was obviously the Scottish Government at the moment, the cost of living. They've implemented an eviction ban.
Yes. This is quite concerning for us as well.
Yes, and there's also a freeze on rent increases. So the next review period is March. And what they were going to do initially, they were saying they were going to lift the social housing rent increase freeze, but keep the private rent. But now they're going to put a cap on the private rent to 3%. So you can, it's not a lot. The next review will be 6 months' time, and who knows what they will do then. If there's still a cost of living crisis, which there could be, they may keep it as is for another 6 months, which would take us to March the following year.
Okay, so regarding to all the things, so we just share the rental market is strong. There are a shortage of rental properties, but at the same time there is restriction on the rent. So what do you think? Is it a good time to invest in buy to let at this moment?
It's still a good time to buy, because if you have any off market deals with a sitting tenant and the tenant is paying market rent, well, you're not going to increase the rent. It's good. It might be a better time if you're buying a property, there's no tenant in it, and then you can put the market value rent on it from the get-go. So that is definitely an avenue that should be looked at.
So can I say in that way it is because there are a lack of supply in the market. So what if we can get a vacant one and place a tenant that would be quite a long time, right? Because it's difficult for them to find another property.
That's true at the moment. That's very true. Our lettings team always try and get long term. They won't accept short term, so they always try and vet them, do credit checks, reference checks, etc., and get the best tenant at the outset that's going to be in the longest time possible.
Yes, this is what we are looking for as well. Yes, it is quite crucial. 係咯，咁因為所有嘢都會係有兩面㗎嘛。咁雖然有個 restriction， 但係就喺另外一個方面，其實我哋可以 secure 到嗰個tenancy agreement 咧就會再長啲啦。This is a good discussion. So I think what else do you think, like suggestions that you could give to our Hong Kong investor? So
for the Hong Kong investors, I think if there's anyone out there not actually invested yet, I think they should come to yourself and come to us, and we can direct them onto a good investment.
Yes.
We have got 9 years experience sourcing property, refurbing it, letting it out, etc. So
thank you very much for Stuart and Vicky to share with us about all the the things. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And then we are going for lunch for more discussions. So just stay tuned. Okay, goodbye, right?
Bye bye.